Hello and a very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Parliament This Week, your weekly roundup of all important developments in Parliament. I'm Kriti Mishra, and now let's begin the show. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu congratulated on Rajya Sabha Day on Saturday. The upper house has contributed significantly towards realizing the vision of the founding fathers of the Constitution, who, after a lot of deliberations in the Constituent Assembly, agreed to provide us a bicameral legislature with the Rajya Sabha as the upper house or the House of Elders. The Council of States of Rajya Sabha was constituted on 3rd of April 1952 with Dr. S. Radhakrishnan as India's first Vice President and ex-officio chairman of the August House. Since its inception, the House has transacted enormous volume of work. Here are the details. As the second chamber of our parliamentary democracy, the Rajya Sabha has established a credible legacy of performance over the years. In his greetings on Rajya Sabha Day, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu says, the upper house of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, was constituted on 3rd of April 1952, and since then it has contributed to the welfare and progress of the country in many ways. Also known as the Council of States, it reflects the federal character of our polity and protects the rights of the states. On this day, I would like to appeal to the members of Rajya Sabha to meaningfully contribute to constructive debates in the House and live up to its reputation as the House of Elders. Unquote. Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Harivansh, also sent his greetings.
आज जरूर हमारे सामने कई ऐसे सवाल हैं जिस पर हमें गौर करना होगा। मसलन आज डिसरप्शन नहीं, देश को डिबेट चाहिए। आज डेडलॉक नहीं, डिस्कशन चाहिए। आज रूल्स रिफॉर्म के बारे में हमें सब मिलकर के एक साथ आम सहमति से तय करना चाहिए। दुनिया इतनी तेजी से बदल रही है, समय इस कदर तेजी से आगे जा रहा है, टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट इस तरह हो रहे हैं, लोगों के एक्सपेक्टेशन इस तरह से आगे बढ़े हैं कि हम उनके अनुरूप कैसे और बेहतर तरीके से काम कर सकें। मैं इस अवसर पर डॉक्टर B.R. आम्बेडकर का एक कोट जो उन्होंने कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में कहा, यह बताना चाहूँगा कि यह हम लोगों के लिए मार्गदर्शक है, ध्येय है। उन्होंने कहा, मैं कोट कर रहा हूँ, आई फील हाउएवर गुड ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मे बी, इट इज श्योर टू टर्न आउट बैड बिकॉज दोज हु आर कॉल्ड टू वर्क इट हैपन टू बी ए बैड लॉट. हाउएवर बैड ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मे बी, it may turn out to be good if those who are called to work it happen to be a good law.
The Council of States is the second chamber of Indian Parliament. The origin of the idea can be traced to the Montagu-Chelmsford Report of 1919. As a front-ranking second chamber, it has acquired a reputation for giving depth and content to the principles of bicameralism in theory and in practice. Bureau Report, Sansad TV. And moving on now, President of India, Ramnath Kovind, has prorogued the Rajya Sabha on 29th of March 2021. This marks the end of the 253rd session of the Rajya Sabha. President Kovind also prorogued the 5th session of 17th Lok Sabha. Here are the details. The Rajya Sabha, which commenced its 253rd session on January 29th and adjourned Sanadai on March 25th, has been prorogued by the President. As against the total 33 sittings scheduled from January 29th to April 8th, the session concluded before schedule after having 23 sittings. The productivity of the House, including both the parts of the session, was about 90%. While the productivity of the first part of the session from January 29th to February 12th was 99.06%, the productivity of the second part that began on March 8th was 85%.
This House functioned for a total of 104 hours and 23 minutes against the total scheduled time of 116 hours and 31 minutes during these 23 sittings. This in effect means the productivity of this House, including both the parts of this budget session, has been about 90%, while the productivity of the first part of the session has been 99.6%. Productivity of the second part of the session that began on March 8th comes to about 85%. A total of 21 hours and 26 minutes of the House has been lost due to disruptions during this session. Comforting, however, is the fact that as against this loss, the House sat beyond the scheduled time for about 14 hours and 28 minutes to complete the legislative and other business. I am happy to inform you that high productivity witnessed during the last 4 sessions since June 2019, 249th, 250, 251st, and 252nd sessions have continued in this session as well. As a result, overall productivity of the last 4 sessions and this session comes to about 94%.
President Ramnath Kovind also prorogued the 5th session of 17th Lok Sabha. The session clocked 114% productivity in the 24 sittings that spread over 132 hours. The discussion on the motion of thanks on the President's address lasted for almost 17 hours. Lok Sabha passed 18 bills during the budget session.
During this session, 17 government bills were introduced. In all, 18 bills were passed. Some of the important bills which were passed are the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill 2021, the National Capital Territory of Delhi Laws Special Provisions Second Amendment Bill 2021, the Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Amendment Bill 2021, the Constitution Schedule Caste Order Amendment Bill 2021, the Insurance Amendment Bill 2021, the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021, the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 2021, the Finance Bill 2021, the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Bill 2021, and the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Amendment Bill 2021. 84 star questions were orally answered. A total of 583 matters of urgent public importance were raised by the members after question hour and by sitting late in the evening. A total of 392 matters under Rule 377 were taken up. The House also held a discussion on one calling attention regarding women empowerment, which was later converted into short duration discussion under Rule 193. The standing committees presented 163 reports to the House. As many as 48 statements under Direction 73A and 4 suo motu statements were made by the ministers.
Kriti Mishra, Sansad TV. And Vice President of India and Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Venkaiah Naidu, has emphasized on the need for people to elect their representatives on the basis of 4 C's: character, conduct, caliber, and capacity, and not other considerations. Releasing the book, Supripalana, the Telugu translation of Eco Calling Towards People-Centric Governance, written by former Telangana Chief Secretary S.K. Joshi, the Vice President said that unfortunately, the other 4 C's, caste, community, cash, and criminality, were replacing character, conduct, caliber, and capacity, which are essential for providing good governance. And speaking to Rajya Sabha TV, Rajya Sabha Secretary General Deshdeepak Parmar said that a new system would be unveiled for allocation of more time to the members representing smaller parties to make their submissions. As per the rules, time is allocated party-wise in proportional to their numerical strength in the House.
It is based on the concept of, you can say, Antyodaya. So what we do is that because the time management, the time distribution is done on the basis of the strength of the members. But there could be some parties which are dominant in a part of the country, and therefore they may not have enough numbers in the Rajya Sabha, but their views are also important. And in a multicultural society like ours, we need to give importance to people standing last in the row, which means the parties which have a lesser number of people. So in the concept of Antyodaya, I will call it Antyodaya management of the time, that we take up the people in the last, which means people less than 5 members, the parties with less than 5 members, we allot them a minimum time for each speaker, and the rest of the time is only distributed among the parties for participation in the debates. And I am very happy that most of the parties, even the bigger parties, BJP to mention one, the Samajwadi Party, and there are several parties which have given their consent to this, and we are working on it, and hopefully we will evolve with the system.
And Rajya Sabha Secretariat will soon organize a workshop for members for using the online facility effectively. In view of the present circumstances due to COVID-19 pandemic, members of the upper house were requested to submit the notices required by the rules only through the e-notices portal as far as possible to avoid physical handling of papers and visits to the notice office. Members have used the facility of e-notices to submit notices for various parliamentary devices, as 9,862 notices were received from them through this portal.
Almost every communication, every document is going through the portal. There are some problem with some members because their staff was not trained or they were themselves not accustomed to it. But over the time, they have become quite used to it. And as we can see that towards the end, we have been able to actually convince them to make use of it in more and more fashion. There are some members, especially the new members, who have desired that there should be a training program for them to use these portals and how to make maximum benefit out of it. So we are planning, we have in fact discussed with the NIC people, and with the support of the NIC, we would soon be organizing a training program for not only the new members, even the old members who want to be briefed about it or who want to actually do it online. So this will be like an on-the-job training in which the members will be given these papers and they will be asked to open it in front of a computer and see as to how it can be utilized, and if there are any teething problems, the NIC and our staff, they will be able to solve that. So that training will further boost the use of digitized papers in the Parliament.
So that's all we had for you in this edition of Parliament This Week. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.